Sanbonani, hello to everyone who is subscribing to the channel. Those who are new are seeing my face for the first time. Welcome. Hello, Sanbonani, Abu Shengi. Welcome back to another episode. Yeah, man, it's a new week. Not much happening so far. We're on a FIFA break. It was too late. A lot of drama caused by obviously the MTN 8 final, Pirates winning, Chiefs and Sundowns drawing. A lot of chatter during the week because this week in my preparations, players couldn't waste any time. They had to go to camp. So that's pretty much it. But as you know, in the football community, there's always things happening. Even though local football is not playing, we know other teams are actually are using this opportunity to prepare. It's not much. It's just 2 weeks because Bafana Bafana is going to be playing just two games. At Orlando, which is going to be. I wish I could go there for my work. Yeah, I wish I could go there. So that's what's going to be happening. I thought it's worth our time. It's worth actually dropping a video and talking about it because there are local players who are going to be representing the national team. And obviously, you just want to talk about who we'd like to see, who we think deserves the call up number one, and how is Hugo Bruce is going to be setting it up, and also, hey, it's really man, new Bruce setting it up. It's sort of like an apology to me. It is an apology to Kaizer Chiefs. So before we dive into that, as Penumalum Teto Alaikaya, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and don't forget to leave a comment if you like the analysis. Ngiyabona abantu abaningi, you guys keep on asking me questions. You want me to analyze your teams. Gladly. I love the love. I love the people who show the love. And please on continue doing the same thing because it helps me to reach more people, more of an audience that actually love the same thing that we love, which is football in essence. You know? Yeah. So look, MTN8 is not wrapped. Still a lot going to happen there. Like I said in the previous video of this week, we're still going to cover that a lot because there's just going to be a game for these two teams before. Because Chiefs going to play against Royal AM, Sundowns are going to play against Pirates, and that's those games, pre-match games. Those are the games we're going to talk about. So why I'm saying this is because obviously they gave me a Sundowns with the injury. Yaka Temba Zwane gave room for Pule Mmodi. If you don't know, Pule Mmodi was part of the 30-man squad. I think it was 30 or 32 or 35, somewhere there. Then obviously it's a cut down to 23, which Upule didn't make the cut at the time, which led to the comments or the questions of no Kaizer Chiefs player once more was the problem. That's where the response from Hugo Bruce came from. So, which I'll just explain now for those who don't know. So, yeah, now Upule has actually been recalled because Tembazan has been withdrawn because of the injury, which is good for Kaizer Chiefs now because they have at least a call up. Edmondson Dove has been called to Mozambique as well. Then Tatione Ditlhoko is also international. He's a captain of Botswana. Dove is interesting because he was injured. So seemingly what we can expect probably him joining the squad as well the next coming weeks. Now, here's the thing about the Bafana thing, right? For me, I think I'm a journalist, Lusana. I think it's the journalists who make coaches fight Kulama press conference because they don't get the full context and there's not enough time to respond, really, unless they're calling each other without us knowing. I'm saying this because the same example with the Rolani situation and the Tseki situation, Tseki again had to respond very articulate and obviously dropped the bomb there. Gutia was once a Bafana Bafana coach. Obviously, I think it prompted how Bruce felt about this whole thing, in my opinion. Because just show Guti, he has relations there. There's still people who value his contributions. Because remember, he wasn't only a coach, He worked within the development structures for a long time, Kusafa. So he's built enough good relationships and respect in that organization. So obviously, I don't think apparently there's a PSL mafia who ordered Bruce to send out an apology, but I think it's about the fact of respect and his words being taken out of context, and he needed to correct that. Because obviously, you can't attack a team like that, knowing very well your selections, not everyone agrees with. Because if you are telling us Ukulu, he's not playing, how do you justify that if you're telling us that no one in the Kaiser Chiefs team deserves a spot? Nico Mobi, team yake iguphi nayo. It's the same thing. They are probably worse, or maybe 8 points or 10 points behind Sundowns at the moment. How can you say that? How can you say that? So obviously they needed a way to manage this whole thing. It was a PR campaign, in my opinion, because his justifications were not enough to make us understand how some of the players made it to the team. Sebastian Indao, those players have good men. For me, in my opinion, some players in the Bafana squad have good agents. That's just it. Players who are not playing in their own respective teams, or they have the same problems as Kaiser Chiefs, but Kaiser Chiefs has been snubbed. And I'm not saying anyone deserves, I'm saying it must be justified. And if hence why I love the response. He says there is no template. You as a coach, we've never gotten a template, a PSL. What is it that you're looking for in a player? So we don't know what criteria you're using when you're selecting a player. Okulu has been riding for free. Even when he was playing in Israel, when he was still playing for us, he was still being getting a call up. There was a time where he was a free agent. He was playing for Amazon, but he was still being called in the team. Doesn't that undermine our league? Abo Spisi, we agree with. Lipasa, we agree with. Mdao, we agree with. Mdao injury, by the way. We agree with. The Sundowns, Mkohena, Mvala, we agree with those selections. These guys are champions at the moment, and they actually are playing well. They deserve a spot individually as well. They've been proving themselves. Abulal Foster, obviously the internationals. They're playing in the league, the Premier League, the greatest league in the world. So yeah, Dapo sharp. I think Komunye Spelelo Tole is there. I'm missing some names. I just want to focus on the local base guys. Ne? Just to show you that there was just another one in I understand. There were three, if not four, selections that he took. Okay, Saleng is there, sharp. And even him wasn't been on form. And mind you, Pirates has the same number of points as Kaiser Chiefs, regardless of their game in hand. But as far as the number of games they've played so far, they're the same. Yes, they have less games, but they have the same points. So you see, it doesn't add up. That thing doesn't add up. So leaving the politics where they are, it's fine. So the Pule Mmodi selection, we know was just to calm the waters, because obviously some of your selections do not make any sense, sir. They don't. Hugo Bruce here, they don't make sense. Umobi, I don't understand how he gets a place in the national team where there's so many right backs. Konabo Mbono Munyan, I think Munyan is there as well. Wow, okay. So hence why I understand that understand it. Uveli Moto, hey, look, it's fine, you know? And I think here on out, we just have to support a national team, because that's the only thing we have. We're going to be playing CAF next year. So the players now who are playing in the local teams, I hope they're actually taking notes. They actually also have their hands on their shoulders, and they are fighting for that spot. Because it doesn't mean if you're getting selected now, you won't get selected later. Because as you can see, we experiment. And the funny thing is, remember when he says he doesn't like young players, but now he's taking on the older players. So look, for me, it's just the consistency that he has to have. He had snubbed Abu Charlie before, where they were actually playing some good football at the time. And now all of a sudden he's willing to call in Tembazon at the time. There's just a lot of things. He has mentioned Umar Tuguti is not the same ever since he came from Sekukune. So, which is fair. I agree with that comment because Yara Nseki when he says you don't have a template. Because if you were to make all the 16 tier TV Premiership understand what you need in a player, various positions, they will be willing to work with you and they understand with okay, sharp, we understand your reasons. But some other player we are busy because of loyalty or what have you, we don't know exactly. Mina ngibona ngathi favoritism to a certain extent. So um these games are just warm-ups in a sense where obviously his record becomes intact. He had promised us hard knockers, very, very strong games. I mean, ETRC is a strong. It's not really that strong, but it's strong. ETRC of Congo. In Namibia, man, this is, Bafana Botswana, we can get a draw there, depending on how good they play. And I must say, man, poor marketing from Bafana Bafana, from Nisafa, basically. I mean, maybe Fanele Basebenzi Suchesika for their marketing whenever they start playing because no one knows about it. Even this video, yeah, promote number one. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. We did it today, they were promoting it today, the Kalatina, where they're promoting the game with some people going there. But that's not enough. People are not buying tickets. Nami angazi ukuthi ngikhumbule nini ukuthi, oh, okwenziwa Bafana. For football fanatics it's different. But for the public, they've forgotten about football for 2 seconds. But where my boy TSC Premiership and realize that football is still here. That's one thing that's really, really not encouraging. But those conversations are important. Now we've heard that we've heard the apology. For me, it's an apology. What Nseki or what thing he says, correcting himself, that he was paraphrased or was misquoted, and there's another article that said that he and Nseki didn't apparently contribute anything in the Bafana or to suffer in Bafana Bafana and all these things. Probably that's where his anger came from. But he has now said that he wants to meet him in person, Bazokuluma. I don't know if he wants to make him his assistant or what have you. We don't know. But for me, it tells you a lot about our organization and how far they have to come in order to work with PSL, number one, and the PSL TSTV Premiership teams to strengthen that relationship so that players don't get used as pawns. For me, I don't know if Pule Mmodi. We don't know if he's going to get selected. He was just used as a way of coming down waters, I feel. But if they do give him a chance, Mfana, man, I hope he uses that time to heal and to gain his confidence because he doesn't look like the Pule also calling arrows, to be fair. The fighter, the spirit, even though he's been good for Kaiser Chiefs at the moment, but he doesn't look like he's ready, you know? And I'm just happy to see Lyle Foster, Zakele Lipasa, Saleng and them. The Paris players assembling up BC. So that game as well will give us an opportunity just to enjoy football, let's relax and not heavy stress against the Chiefs and these are the teams, what's happening. So for me against Nabi, if I have to give you a prediction 2-0, 1-0, just I love back. Who do we have, Vele? Who do we usually play? Oh, Mayela. Yes. So we do have the experience of Mayela. So it's going to be interesting for me how we're going to set up. Umodi banayo khona. Yazi ama-inverted. Zobangena phakathi because I uses him in the same way. Mkwena angahlisi. Manje sengiyakufavor Mkwena. You are playing national team. You remember when you were playing in Morocco, you hit hey, angahlisi. So yeah, guys, Saturday, Bafana Bafana is playing. I hope you guys, whoever is going to be watching this video, hope you guys are excited for that. Hope you guys are prepared. If you're going to the stadium, be safe. For me, those are the players locally that's what I'm actually looking forward to see. And I don't have much, like I said, in terms of that. But apart from that, that was just what's been happening this week. Unteki, no Bruce preparing for obviously these two friendlies and just being able to see how Bafana is going to be playing because obviously We still yet to understand his philosophy. Sponilla against Morocco, he gave us the win, even though at times it looked like it's transition. It's more of a ball playing team, possession at times. So we'll see against this team if they can apply themselves well, because Morocco was a tough opponent. So we can suck into the pressure and push forward at times with our fullbacks and the kind of midfield shape we have. Dlala ngoli passes. So Lyle Foster is back. So it's interesting who's going to be getting the first lineup, because they've been changing. Or sometimes Lipas, since it's on form, I think it's gonna be Ulal Foster. We can see him second half, and Lipasa will actually retain his spot there since he helped us to qualify. So we're keeping the same team almost. I think maybe that's one thing he's gunning for. Esitao is back, he's star player C2. So he's also on form for me. He's been playing very well. They've been winning everything that side. So we are actually having a strong team. Yeah? Don't undermine this Bafana Bafana. It's a different one. The mentality. I think that is it. The mindset of these players are different. So that's what we want to see on the day, and just to enjoy. I think it's playing around 3 or 4 o'clock on Saturday. It's my partner's birthday. I'm not sure if I'm going to watch that game. So no, I'll have plans. I'd rather record it, then I watch it later. So from your boy Walter, before I leave you with these kind words, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and don't forget to leave your comment. Tell me what you think. Bafana, you excited? Who would you like to see from your respective teams? And what do you think about Hugo Bruce? Do you still like him as a coach? Because we've forgotten about him a bit. Yeah, but some we don't really, because obviously national duty is not really something that happens every day. But whenever he's on the spotlight, obviously very vocal. Doesn't mince words, straight talker. So that's what gets him into trouble with these journalists, because you may get misquoted, sir. So yeah, that's it. TRC Lala the following week. I'll cover that game. I'm not too sure of the dates. Before obviously we go come back to local games. So obviously we'll see a change in setup. Meaning the first team Les Odlala in Namibia, I don't think it's the same one's gonna be playing up as DSC, because that's a tougher opponent. So Lena so when Bafana Light on Saturday. Yeah, that's it for me, guys. Enjoy the weekend, enjoy football. See you next week. Thank you.